Okay, well, let's see what we can do about just pushing my tea down. Okay, so you guys know I started this journal when I got here, and I have been playing with the format a little bit, and I want to do some journaling stuff on Patreon for the free level and above. That's kind of like creative daily journaling, or with a prompt and some other fun stuff. And I was kind of doing it a little bit like, hey, Carla, how's it going? How's your Monday? So I thought I would just get on here and play around with the format and see if I could come up with something that I liked, that I can do in a short amount of time. I don't want to spend hours on this. You can spend hours on journaling, certainly, but I'm thinking most people not going to spend hours on it. So um, I thought I would just put out a couple of, fun things, an affirmation, a journaling prompt for anybody that wants it. And then, maybe I want to include a little collage or things that I like or something visual to go along with it. Everybody journals differently, and there really is no wrong way to journal. Even not journaling is a choice. It's not, I know not everybody loves it. I see you, Carla. Can you hear me? Hopefully I'm not without audio. That would suck. Oh boy. So yeah, so I thought, you can journal the regular way up, the way the book is designed, but also you can, let's see, wherever I put it, I wrote some stuff in. See, like this page is from the side. That page is from the, I think there's a page somewhere in there that's upside down. You couldn't chat. You just having a moment. Yes, bullet point journaling, bullet journaling. There's many styles. There's some that do morning pages where they just like do a brain dump. There used to be a website, and I'm not sure if it exists anymore. It was called 750 Words, which was the goal of just like a brain dump every morning. And I used to go on there and write stuff, and it was a community, and I really liked that. I think it was like $5 a month, and I just reached a point, sadly, where I didn't want to pay that every month. But I do love journaling, and for most people, it's a in the morning thing or an in the nighttime thing. Those little, I know, is your friend having circulation issues? And this isn't even the darkest they're going to be, honestly. Lots of stuff coming up. I've been working and working and working. I've got some coffee things going. I've got some tea things going. I've got a color going. There's just stuff going on. Plus, I have a special project that I'm not ready to share yet. That's for one of the Patreon levels, and coffee. So yeah. So I like to, and maybe not everybody does. Like I like to. So I've been. I keep my loose threads in this jar. I am a, does anybody else do that? Does anybody keep their loose? If you work with fabric, do you keep your loose threads, or am I the only lunatic? I can't be the only one. I've seen people using them for journaling, tucking them under stuff, and I've used them for hair before. I don't know. This is probably not the best way. I don't have one of those little circle stencils, so that I don't have to say I did this wrong. I'm just going to do like a second circle. There we go. That should work. And then we will look for our colored pencils, because we don't know where anything is. And for everybody, I'm posting those daily bits of joy. And a lot of them talk about coffee because that's what's out there, but it's really whatever your morning. When I cross stitch, I kept embroidery. Yeah, I just like the little colorful bits. I do, and I like texture and layers in my collage sometimes. So, and you don't have to go this far. Like, if somebody's looking at this later and you're like, well, I don't want to do that much for journaling, do as much or as little as you want. Don't do it at all. Sit and drink your coffee, tea, root beer, iced tea, chai, Coke, Diet Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, which I think is gross, but you know, whatever you see, coffee, just insert your beverage of choice there, because really, it's all about what makes you happy. So in those daily bits of joy, I'm not favoring people who like coffee. I'm not favoring tea. I don't really. I drink coffee. I drink tea. I drink soda. You got a frappuccino, nice. I do like a nice blended drink sometimes. So I'm just adding a little color here. Just, hey, let's admit it. I flubbed it. I flubbed the circle. I need a compass or one of those circle stencils that has a lot of, or I just flub it and I add color, whatever. There's no, like I said, there's no wrong in journaling. I used to own tons of unused notebooks. And let's be honest, given my druthers, I'd still own tons of unused notebooks because everyone is part of the creative process. Like whatever you do, if you get in there and you write something that you think is horrible on the first page, just glue something over it. It's not the end of the world. What kind of frappuccino? So, today is, and I like to start over here with the date. So I'm gonna make a, it is 5/5/2025, 5/5/25. Ha ha ha. And then I usually put a little box around it, and we'll even go back to the red. You know what I don't have? I think that was orange actually. Oh, I don't have is a pencil sharpener, so I realized after I went to Wally World the last time that I did not get myself a pencil sharpener. That will be remedied one of these days. Mocha, nice. I used to get that all the time too. So, and it's Revenge of the 5th. I like my journaling to have a bit of silliness, right? So today I woke up at 9:30, and for breakfast I had oatmeal with peanut butter and tea. Ha. You typed 47 times today. You woke up at 5:30. I still have not exactly. My host family are late stayer uppers, and so my natural rhythm is to get up about 3:30 or 4:30, and to be up most of the day, and then if I have the ability, I'll nap in the afternoon, and then get up for a little bit in the evening, and kind of repeat the process. But typically, I would prefer to sleep from like 1 or 2 in the afternoon for a 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours, and then I get up and I do it again. And I might nap in the evening, like after 11 until 4 in the morning. But typically, but because I am up so late, that is when dinner is served, and I'm very involved in food. So I also want to do the sunrise and the sunset today. And I saw this on the weather app. I'd never seen it done this way before. So sunrise looks like that kind of blip, and sunset looks like that kind of blip. Like you're on a cardiac machine. I do like to include a little bit of the weather. Now I just have to figure out where I set my phone. Because if you leave me alone for 2 seconds, I will misplace it. What's the temperature up there in Minnesota? Are you guys having more spring-like stuff? We had another. It's not exactly cold. It's just damp. Like it rained several days this past, what is Monday? It rained like 4 days last week. Not tons and tons. It's 56 degrees right now here in North Carolina. And let's see what's the high and low today is 63 and 43. But let me get down here to the sunrise and the sunset. I used to do this all the time. I even used to keep track of the moon phases. I don't know if I'm going to go that far yet. 6:34. And it's rising at 8:20 or setting at 8:21. And the temperature spread, what did I say it was? I've already forgot. Now, normally I would record this in the morning, but I have been struggling with 63 and 42. So it was okay. We even had the 557 where you are. Mine said, well, for your time zone away from me. But there we go. So we've got the date. It's Revenge of the 5th. And then I've got what time I woke up, what I had for breakfast. And sometimes I'll include somewhere else in the journaling, like there's space here. So I might record my dinner. I'm not really being a lunch person right now. I had a second cup of tea instead. So probably what I want to do. See, this is where I'm at. So I want to include an affirmation. Let's see. I know I've done it a couple of times before where I like. So here, like, there's a journaling prompt and there's the affirmation. So, if we're journaling like this, and I don't mind, so maybe we want to block off all the space that's over here and we want to write. So how about some washi tape? It won't be the same format every day. You know, we might use sometimes squares, sometimes rectangles. I like to mix it up, but I do like it to be, you know, fun. And so I've got a little bag of washi tape here. And it's just whatever. I think to go with that orange, let's use some of this really fun purpley and gold. Moonrise at 1:25 p.m. and moonset at, oh, look at you. Where'd you get that information? I never see that on the, we could do, I wonder what you would do for moonrise. So I guess this is rise and that's set. And then we could do a little moon shape. Look at me doing a shitty job. Okay, so I'll include that since you gave it to me. 1:25 p.m. and 3:18 a.m. I've never seen that on my weather app. I had no breakfast other than an iced coffee. I had a Stouffer's meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds very good. Chicken breast, mashed taters, and peas. That is right up my alley, lady. So what I'm going to do is just make like a line across here. So we'll make space for the affirmation and I know some people affirmations are a little too woo-woo. And that is okay. If you don't like the affirmation part, don't include it in your journaling. You don't have to. Affirmations are meant to be said aloud. You can whisper them if you're in a house full of people. I do. This is a 100-year-old house. You can't hear shit in some rooms, and other rooms you can hear everything like the person standing in the same room with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate space here so that above that line I can write in my dinner if I want to. Or I could put in a quote or any whatever, you know, whatever I want. And then I'll leave the third because I'm probably going to divide it in some way, but I haven't decided yet. I'm a little jelly. What did I have last? Oh, we had dal makhani and rice last night, which is Indian rice and beans. And I meant to have the some of the leftover rice and beans this morning with an egg on top because that is so delicious. Breakfast today, so I didn't do it. The other night we had barbecue chicken and corn and Asian coleslaw, which is spicy and has a little bit of peanut sauce on it. It's really good. I don't think I'll eat regular coleslaw again ever. That's how awesome I think it is. So we need a journaling prompt, and for that I usually head over to Pinterest. Um, every now and then, like I'll find something or something will pop into my head. But actually, I think I was I was on. I don't know why I'm drawing this with a line. I meant to do well. I'll cover it with wash. Give me a second. So I have a concept. Let me make that go away. Like I was looking at Pinterest earlier when I was doing the uh, the logo for this live. I'm trying to keep it with the insanity theme, but have a Fanta have a Fanta's Taco Day, Cinco de Mayo. Oh, not today. That would be a good idea. I'm not sure what I'm having for dinner tonight. It might be more beans. I don't know. This is an activity night for everybody that lives here. Dinner is usually very, very late. And I could eat on my own, that's for sure. I'm not complaining. But often it's just something simple because it's been a really long day and everybody's tired. Oh, it's Brookie's birthday. Well, happy birthday to Brooke. I didn't see it on Facebook. Maybe I'm not friends with her. I thought I was. Okay. So the concept was, and it's not like Wabi Sabi's a new idea, but this had to do with art specifically. So I'm going to write in, I don't know. Hold on. Let me get back over here. Okay, so I think you can see. Well, happy birthday to Brooke. I hope she has an awesome one. She's such a lovely lady. So we're going to write in here, Wabi Sabi. And then I'm going to write art because I in my writing section over here, I'll probably write more about it, but I'm specifically in art books. It's usually or as related, it's usually like flawed beauty. And then we'll probably pick an art or something small to go down here. Now we need a prompt. Oh, that's our prompt for today. So now we need an affirmation. So AFFI. And it should be something small or short because that's the space we have. Everybody, so many birthdays. I will have to get on Facebook because I don't think it told me. So I will have to go and see if I can't wish her a happy birthday. I wish I was getting notifications. I need to get on my computer and figure out why it doesn't give me notifications because it's annoying. I don't even know if Brooke's been going live or anything. So I'm looking for Pinterest. And hello to my lurkers out there. I hope you're having a lovely evening. I know not everybody likes to come in and say stuff. So I'm heading over to let's see. I'm looking for I have a board that's just for like writing prompts and stuff where I store ideas. And I kind of look for broad theme things. Well, these are actual writing prompts. Like I'm going to write a short story prompts. So maybe it's journaling ideas. Some days you have to remember where you put stuff. She's been doing videos. Okay, I'll have to. That should still come up in my. Okay. Of course, this isn't going to show me what I want right now. Okay, let's go over here. I just saw something. Oh no, that's art journaling prompts. That's probably not. I'm not going to art journal at this moment. Let's see if I put it in this other board. Everything comes up different on my phone, so I never know where to look for anything. Let's see. And then I throw, and then I'll wind up, I need a separate board, but I'll stuff an idea onto a board that already is there because I don't feel like making one right now. And then it just becomes a weird hodgepodge of stuff. Maybe I put it in here. She makes such beautiful things. I'll have to go and check out what she's up to. She always is really great. Okay, well, if you can't find it, then you can look it up, right? The sad thing is that I have a whole bunch of them pinned somewhere. It's supposed to make this. Okay, so let's try this one. Maybe. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff going in the basement. I even ironed some paper. Can you believe it? Let's see. Nope, I don't think that's a good one. That felt a little depressing. Okay. The first one that comes up is I am powerful, strong, and full of energy. I don't know about that full of energy part. I love ironing paper, I have to tell you. There's something very relaxing about it. It's almost meditative. How about I am confident, capable, and strong? Confident, capable, and we'll even put an exclamation point on that. Usually I choose these in the morning and then I say them to myself. If nobody's home, you're not full of energy. Well, you're putting what you want out there in the world. It's I've been up since all of 9:30, but I have been up and down the stairs many times. So over here, I'll start about the wabi sabi. I'm not going to sit here and write my whole journal entry, and I won't when this will be a series of videos. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this part as part of the video or if I want to have this set up and do the picture part. I am weak and tired, and the four-letter word beat me like a snare drum. All there were no happy things in the whole day. What about dinner? Dinner's going to be pretty good, right? Because your dinner sounds, I miss mashed potatoes. My host family, they're not starchy people. And I would classify myself as starchy people since I have often referred to myself as a spud. So you see what I'm getting at? It's not going to look the same every day, but whatever makes you happy and what you're doing. Things you want to record. If you don't want to record the weather, you don't care about what time you got up, you don't care when the moon rise or the sunrise or what temperature. I like to have it because while I don't necessarily reread everything in a journal, I'll go back and flip through it and read select entries. But I like to be able to see what was the temperature like? What time was I waking up? If it was a particularly happy or a particularly unhappy time, I can compare. What time did I get up? How often was I journaling? What was my content? And I am trying to kill it with the happiness and the positivity right now because it's important to me. But don't think there's not still a lot of sarcasm living in there. So wabi sabi, and we'll just real quick. All right, I'll start out the beginning of this. It's a Japanese concept, and I am using the AI overview on Gurgle. Yeah, I'm on Gurgle right now. It's a Japanese concept that values imperfection and the beauty of simplicity. Now, I am honestly going to give myself all of that, and then I'm going to go back to my washi tape, and I may have to tape this down later. And I'm going to give myself this much space because if I don't write more about that, I have some other thoughts. And it's not that I'm journaling anything overly personal. I just don't want everybody to feel like they have to share their personal journaling. Most people who do creative daily journaling are, and then down here, I'm going to put an image or a quote, and then I'm going to do a little collage. But that gets me a start. Hey, Angie. Hey, QB. QB's Legacy. I can't remember your name, hon. Yeah, put out in the universe what you want to attract. So I'm nailing the positivity right now. Angie is the cheesecake queen. She is. Is QB's Legacy the cheesecake queen? The cheesecake princess? So yeah, and then I wanted to show this. I got some books, some kids' books to make whale tail punches out of because my host happens to have a whale tail punch, and so I'm making the most of it. So I picked out one of the thrift stores I went to had you could get 4 kids books for $1. That's like a quarter each, right? So I picked out 4 that had fun images. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut out one, you guys, because of your blood pressure. Hey, Angie. So more cheesecake for me. I bought this book, guys, and I'm going to read it on Patreon. I don't know if I'm going to, if I read it like in a public, like here, I'm the biggest thing. And I am in love with this book, and I think I'm going to turn it into a personal journal. That's more cheesecake for me. But it's called I Am the Biggest Thing in the Ocean. And I won't give it away, but look, it's so fun. Don't read he tells you all the things he's bigger than. I love the pictures in here, you guys. Look at a little crab. So, but I'm going to read it I've read it like 6 times since I got it. And I am putting it on my Goodreads. I'm not lying to you. I'm not going to say I read it 6 times because it doesn't get to count as 6 books this year. But I can't help it. So I think it's not staple bound. So I think I'm going to have to either cut the binding out or tear the pages out. And then I'll have to make a separate binding. So I may wind up hinging the pages back together. Kind of like that Thanksgiving book that I sold while I was moving. I had intended to use that over a couple of years as my Thanksgiving grateful, thankful journal. I'm going to cut the whiskers off, but because they're started here, I will draw them back in over here when I glue this down. I'm going to make this a flip out because I think I kept, this book was called Whose Mouse Are You or something like that. Hold on. And then I kicked my light, my borrowed light. Doctor's orders. Well, if your blood, Whose Mouse Are You? Which was a little bit of a sad book, but I actually think I have a picture of the mouse in their doorway, which I think I'm going to, and I know it's wrong that I'm cutting out a picture of a cat that's got the mouse in his mouth. Don't worry. In the story, the cat did not eat the mouse. In fact, spoiler alert, I can't read you this one because I already punched the hell out of I whale-tailed punched all the colorful pages. I don't even know if I finished that story. What was I getting at? And I'm going to inside the cat so that when you flip it open down here, there's the little picture of the mouse in his hole. Yes, they do. And you may have to experiment a little bit, but there is, low carb diabetic options for cheesecake. And not all of them are excellent, but there has been a lot of improvement with options for that sort of thing than there were when my dad, back in the 80s, he got diagnosed when I was a kid in the mid 70s, and he passed away in the 90s. And what's available for diabetics now is so much more than what it was when I was growing up and my mom cooked. The whole family ate how my dad eat because she didn't think it was fair that he should have to watch us eat stuff that he couldn't. If I was present in Angie's doctor appointment, I would have brought a plastic straw and pointed to the plastic straw at the doctor saying, "No cheesecake for you either." But there's a lot more options, and a lot of foods can be adapted with low carb and no carb options, as I have personally experienced. And blood pressure is very important. It is. So I'm cutting out this big old cat. This big old colorful cat. Yeah, I've been trying to work it out because I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to start it in April, and then I wanted to start it at the first of the month. But I couldn't quite get I guess it's just one of those things you do and it evolves over time. I think that's what I'm figuring out now that I'm sitting here cutting this out. I know you're not, but things that are for diabetics often work for people with high blood pressure as well. They're not exactly the same problem, but things that help diabetics can also help people with high blood pressure, dear. I'm just saying it's another way to look at it with your food options to give you some choices. That's all I'm saying. This is true. That is very true. But you can't control other people. You can only control yourself. So it's the best to focus on oneself and just let other people do them. However unfortunate it is that it comes off as a little bit hypocritical when doctors do it. But that is sometimes just life. Nope, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I maybe should have used a trimmer, but I thought, no, I can do this. Okay, so let's get all the little bits off there. Pounds isn't that bad, Angie. That's awesome. I need to lose quite a bit more than that, honestly. Okay, so I am going to cut a straight line on here because what I want to do is hinge this. And I want to hinge it down here so that when you flip it open, there can be the rest of my journaling, and then there'll be some other stuff here. Probably, hopefully, including the mouse. Or maybe I don't need to. I just need a wide washi tape that semi-coordinates with this other one I've used. You'll have awesome. Okay, so this is a nice wide orange, which has in no way a matchy-matchy thing going on with that purple. But it is the widest washi tape. The other one is this one. I think I'll just go with the orange because it'll match the cat a little bit. Now what I'm actually going to do is put this fairly close to the edge. And then I'm going to tape on both sides and leave myself a big long. Oh, yes, definitely. We're always willing to help out wherever we can that way. I do some healing work every day, sending out some positive energy to people and situations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it hang over. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, more or less. And then I'll have a little bit of a tab going on as well. Maybe if I'm very lucky, this will line up. I could have set myself a task that is not easy to accomplish. Okay, I think I mostly got it. There we go. So now, when the book's closed, we'll have a little bit of a tabby thing going on. But it's not sticky on one side mostly. And we will peel this back to where this other one starts here. Just like that. Because we don't want sticky parts. Sticky parts, no good. Okay. Let's see. I maybe should have backed it on something, but I think it'll be okay. It's mostly going to be closed up in the book. There we go. And but we will, I think, remove this claw because it's hanging over onto the other page and it's going to get mangled anyway. Okay, so, but that way, if I can find the picture of the mouse, because I know I kept it. It's a question of where in the pile is it. So I won't look for it now. But there's a little bitty mouse with, like the Tom and Jerry, the Tom and Jerry thing. The door, the door hole thing, kind of. Here we go. We still need it to flip open. And I suppose I should put one in here too. Yeah. Let's put one in here too. But it doesn't have to go all the way to the edge of the other piece. Now it's hinged all the way around. Yay. And see, I could even journal on the back of the cat if I wanted to. I had some secret thing. Let's see. You had the best time dog sitting. Awesome. We were on my schedule, not that much on hers, but she was happy with me. Oh, she was sad when I left, and I told her, don't be sad. Oh, well, I'm glad you had a good visit. Lils has a thing. She acts like she's stretching by putting her front paws on the end table, and then she blocks. That sounds exactly like a cat move to me. That is a classic cat move in my book. So there we go. But yeah, so so I think what this has told me, because we've been on for 42 minutes doing just this part, that I should come with at least this part set up and then do the collage as the live thing. But that's good to know. So, are you guys game for, oops, and I'm kicking the thing. Are you guys game for keeping going, or do you guys ready to end for the night? Do you have other things to do? Because we'll flip the page and we'll do a little collage. I like to have a little creativity in my day. And I don't necessarily keep, like I don't go out and have coffee or eat fast food all that often anymore. Everybody loves Murder Mittens. It's a great name for a cat. It's a great nickname for a cat. I think it says everything you need to know about cats. Keep going. So I am semi-prepared for this because I've been fussy cutting things. And so I have some things here. So in this way today, I'm probably more prepared for this step than I am for another one. So I liked this image. I cut this out. I harvested a magazine without you guys. I'm sorry. You're really in live streams these days. We'll eventually talk Carla to sleep. I'm sure she's had a very long day. Okay. So I cut all of these. This one I harvested. You guys were there for that. I just fussy cut her out because I think she feels a little fierce to me. And so I have all of these things that I love. And because she's cut out, we can give her any number of backgrounds. Aw. So I have two little girls. I'm thinking, at some point we're going to find just the right thing for two little Snoopy girls. That's it was out of a TV ad of some sort. I have this really big I can't remember what the name of the fruit is. There was a whole article about it. And then I have these, which, you know, aren't they striking, even though they're the calico cat with light green eyes. Aw. Well, sometimes you lose an animal friend and a new one shows up. You just can't tell. Maybe you will get to. So I thought about, I'm not sure if these are beans or other kinds of stones or rocks. And or if that's supposed to be coal. If it is, it's the shiniest coal I've ever seen. Yes, those are figs. This one I don't think is a fig because it came out of a different article, but it could be. I suppose it could be. So I thought of doing this a couple of ways. And then there are some Triscuits, which I see this could be like a magic carpet, so I'm probably not going to use it today. And Triscuits should not. They're like sandpaper for your tongue. And a honeydew. Yeah, that other one is a honeydew melon for sure. So I thought about layering it like this. And then, and I could even cut that down a little bit more. And having her on there, I'm imagining her being a little jaunty. Now she'll have to come down to the bottom of the page, whereas the rest of it. Now I could just do her with this background because she kind of goes with that. Or I did think about layering this giant. I don't know why I'm in love with this blue piece in the back here. I don't care at all about but I just kind of, I really want it. She's just speaking to me right now. So I'm thinking about that. But I'm also thinking about Triscuit Magic Carpet Ride at some point. You just have to find some tiny people. Good night, Angie. Have a great evening. And thank you for coming to spend a little time for us. Good luck with your health adventure. And I will definitely keep you in my thoughts and prayers and as part of my healing work. Figs. Yes, that's it. Figs. You're right. But what do you guys think? I don't know what words need to go with her, but I just really feel like she's fierce and sassy, and I love it. It won't always be this simple. Some days, you know, I struggle with it for quite some time, but I was fussy cutting stuff out, and these things wound up kind of laying on the together, and I really liked the look of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink them all in this orange to hopefully tie it to that weird ass orange border I put on here. You know, the washi tape. And you know what? I don't care if it doesn't match because it's what I have and I like orange. There's a chance I would have used orange even if I had lots to choose from. Nothing wrong with having just a few things. It makes you, what does it make you? It makes you think about alternatives, and I think that's a good thing. It gives you a chance to reuse things. There's lots of choices. Probably not really going to need to, probably didn't really need to do that bottom part because I'm probably going to wind up trimming that part off. Because I'm going to make her a little, I want her to be leaned back a little. It just seems, you know, a little sassier. For those of you who are on Patreon as a free member or a paid member, there is a new poll available. I'm contemplating my creepy content, and I don't want to scare off new people, but I really love my creepy, so I'm trying to get a sense of what to do with my creepy content. So if you guys have the time, if you're watching this later, the poll will be open until the 12th. And I will go back and try and remember to pin it to the top so that it doesn't get lost in the daily bits of joy. You did the poll. You're first. Woohoo! I hadn't been in since I posted it. Thank you for doing it. I really appreciate it. And I'm not judging. I love creepy, but I know not everybody does. And whether you have, you're creepy as me, you're creepier than me, you got no creep in you at all, which doesn't quite sound right, but you know what I mean. Maybe she should be. Yeah, that could be. But yeah, I don't know why. I got a thing about fruits and vegetables because they're so colorful, and especially fall stuff. They're fun as backgrounds. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to lean her back just a little bit. It makes her feel a little sassier to me. Oh, Murder Mittens. Maybe you can hire Murder Mittens. I have a question for you guys. I bought this glue, and look at how it's like watery, liquidy. Have you guys ever seen this one? I bought it at the dollar store. It's Crafter Square, but it is so like juicy. It's got but I normally thin my Aleen's, and I finally got the big bottle, you guys. And then I lost the big bottle. I brought it home. I know I brought it home. I saw it in the bags that I brought in the house. And then I couldn't find it for 10 freaking days. It may have been less than 10 days, but it felt like 10 days. So normally I thin, and then what I thin with is water, but I'm wondering if I could thin with this liquid ass glue. What do you guys think? Good idea, bad idea? Anybody have an opinion? If you're watching this later, I'm not going to do it today, but if you have an opinion, let me know. An opinion related to me cutting my glue with some other watery ass glue. Not necessarily asking for other unsolicited advice. Okay, so let's glue this down. You know what? I haven't glued since my last video with you guys that was gluey, and I missed it. When I want to sit down and glue, I should just get on here and film it, and then it could be like an extra video. Like, is my crazy compulsion, is my craziness glue related? Do I have to glue? Or I might say mean things or be rude to people or murder somebody. Is that all that's keeping me sane? I'm one glue stick away from something terrible. Now, I know lots of people have opinions about wet glue and glue sticks and what you should use in collage and what you shouldn't use it. You know what? Do what makes you happy. Okay, that's a good idea. Let's see. Wish me luck in trying to read this. You know what? I am going to take a picture of it on my phone so I can blow it up. Give me a second. I put a password on my phone, and now everything takes 9 years. And every time, I'm going to put it in the crack of this book, and then I'm going to take a picture of it, and then hopefully let me not lean into the light though, I guess. Don't go into the light. Let me go over here. See, that's why I ask you guys these things, because I wouldn't have even thought of that. I would have dumped it in there and went, oh no. Book crack glue. Let's see. Non-toxic. Conforms to something. It doesn't say. Does it say somewhere else? Clear. What other kind of glue could it be that it's that watery, do you think? Well, it conforms to some code. ASTMD 4236. It's non-toxic, so I can lick it if I want to. Slogan on a shirt to be made by Carla. Here it goes. Murder mittens for hire. Pay rate according to my mood. It is Crafter Square Craft Glue. Now, some of the dollar stores carry this, which I found in the very next dollar store we went through. I've never seen this. When I was in Vegas, I never saw this. So I don't know if it's something that they did and they discontinued, and that's why they have the aliens now. But I bought 2 of this, and I hate to not, but it doesn't say on the back at all what's in it. And I know the other ones say somewhere on them, I'm a PVA glue. Apparently not this glue. All right, let's get on with our collage. We're gonna glue all the layers. Crafter Square, that's not the glue I'm gonna use. I may be unhinged. Okay, let's get a little bit of glue up on the stem. Insert dirty jokes here if you must. It is a small stem. I'm not judging this fruit for its small stem. All stems are valid. Besides, we all know if we ate this fruit, we'd yank that stem off. So, yeah. So you may be seeing, like I probably really should have, I had such a good time harvesting that magazine that this stuff came out of. I was looking for something in particular, which I did not find, by the way. But this one magazine, I was like, I have got to harvest that. It had so much fun stuff in it. So there we go. And then we have our sassy lady. I wonder if we could put another thing in here. If I push her back a little bit, she's fine this way, but we're leaving room. Do I want to? Because then I might need to leave her arm up. What else do we have? I have these other ladies that I cut out. These plus size ladies. Well, maybe not that lady. I don't know. None of them seem to go with her. Yes, I was fussy cutting out many things. Ooh, I really like that. Wonder if we just... If I just cut the face out, I'm just trying to... I don't know if I like that or not. No, I don't like that on this. Someday all the slogans I type in various live streams will become permanent purchases throughout the world. Maybe. Although I feel like a kitty assassin might not perform as directed. I just have a feeling sometimes that I love cats, but sometimes, let's be honest, I think I'm just going to glue her down. I think I'm happy with that. So I'll leave some room in case we want to put something else, but I think I'm good with it. I'll have to go check it out. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. Per the dollar. Okay. I was thinking, yeah, we're using it. I never put much water in because although I have overdone it a few times. Let's be honest. You've seen my glue. Sometimes it just like runs out of the glue bottle. Woohoo! But I have a second bottle, so it'll be a little while yet. But I figured why not? Because otherwise I'll never use that other glue. It's so liquid and wet that I don't feel like. I think this might be the end of this glue bottle. Oh, that's nice. Nothing wrong with your sense of humor. We like it. Sarcasm spoken here. We read typo and we like sarcasm. Get a little more out of here. This may be the last glue session with this glue bottle, at least until it's refilled. But yeah, I like to have two smaller ones because the big one hurts my wrist to use. When it's new, it's too heavy. And then, you have to... I guess I don't have the kung fu grip. I need to be doing that. Thank you for doing that research, Carla. That's awesome of you. I appreciate it. All right. You watched any good movies or shows lately, Carla? Or anybody? I started a new one for me. Oh, I meant to, yeah. Shoot, I put extra glue on there for no reason. Okay, now I need a paper towel. Come to me. And this is from the cover, so it is shiny. And it's going to have to, shiny stuff and stuff off the cover can sometimes be a little bit unruly. That's all I'm saying. If you're doing this in a journal and you don't like writing after it's been glued on, definitely do your journaling before you're gluing. That way, if the page gets a little wrinkly, or stick completely to glue stick. I don't have that as good a faith maybe as I should in glue stick. And also, the bigger the piece, the glue stick tends for me. Now, I don't know that that would be the case here in North Carolina, but when I was in the desert, I will say that the glue stick would start drying before I even got halfway through a larger image. But I've seen, let's say, Nicole at Relax Cut Glue put the purple glue stick on a really big image, and it doesn't. And she's in Oregon, I think. So maybe it's... And I'm just going to keep pushing her down because it's a thicker... It's like gluing cardboard a little bit, or a chipboard piece. It lifts away, it tends to lift away. We sure are. You watched a show called Hollywood Demons. Did you like it? I'll have to look it up. I'm trying to think of the new show I started. I started an old one, which only has 3 seasons, Rosemary and Thyme on Acorn. I watched it before. I don't know if I watched all 3 seasons. I just like those ladies. And I like that everywhere they go, somebody insinuates that they must be lesbians because it's two ladies, sharing a room, even though they're not. Even though all of the rooms I've seen them share, and they've been twin beds in them. But I did start a new show. Oh, and I'm watching, I don't think I've seen all of the original Daredevil, but apparently there's a follow-up. And I've been watching bits and pieces of that. I don't always catch all of it. So there we go. I'm sorry if I glued some of that off camera, but there she is. In all her sassy, fierce awesomeness. I finished those books. Let me see. The period pieces, the Scottish. And then you're going to slap me around after I tell you this. Let me get on my Kindle here. Well, it's not. It's the Kindle app. I know. So, yeah. So we have all these awesome pieces to use elsewhere. We have our Triscuits magic carpet. We have a big burger. Because, I love pictures of burgers and chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. Because that's the kind of weirdo that I am. Okay, let's get over here. I did not want to do that. Let's go to my library, I guess. The Scottish Ladies Detective Agency was the start of the last one that I read. Oh no, I just downloaded the book again. Well, hold the phone. And it was a 4-book series. And it ended just as you thought it might. And then I started this other Scottish mystery series, which is in the modern era. And I'm trying to let me go back to my library. I wish there was a way just to look at. So ooh, and then my alarm went off. I'm trying to see the author on this one. Let me see here if I can. No, that's unfortunate. Okay. You would think after all this time of reading on this app that I could get my shit together. Let's see. View in store. Hold on. So there were 4 books in that series, and it was a period piece set around the time of the women's suffrage movement, focusing on the, women did not have the vote yet, and it kind of gave some cultural references to some men's opinions, some women's opinions, because not all women thought women should get the vote. So, but the Scottish Ladies Detective series is by, phooey. Oh, good. I got it fast enough that it's not gonna. It's the first book, and there are 4 books. And the author is, what we find out? Who is the author of this book? Linda Travers. And they're fast reads. I didn't read them very fast because I didn't have the time to read them that fast, but I think you could easily finish one in a day. So I read all 4 of those. Very cute. I loved it. But it's like the fictional equivalent of a rom-com. I did not mean to do that. So now I'm reading another one set in the Scottish Highlands, but in a modern era. Let's see if I can make this happen. I'm sorry that I'm torturing you with my phone. Come on. Okay, so it's this one. So let's make it show us in the store so I can see the full title. There are 3 books currently in this series, and I don't know if that's where it ends because I'm on book. I read book 1 in half a day. I read it in between. I was putting in a bunch of papers, and I was doing the tea and the coffee, and boy, there was a lot of stuff going on. And this is by D. McDonald. So I don't know if there's going to be more in this series, or if the series wraps up. In the previous one, the period piece, it wraps up, and that's the end of that series. Which I would, excuse me, my preference is that if books go for 3 books or 4 books or 10 books. But some of these series, like I used to read a dark series about vampires, and they were all dark something, dark lover, dark, I'm an idiot, dark, I'm a caveman. But there's like 30 books in that series. And I love me some Stephanie Plum, but they're on like 33 or 34 now. And I'm still waiting for it to come out in a format I can afford, because I am not ready to give up on Stephanie Plum. But the Hannah Swenson series, I would like them to end that. I would really like them to end that, because I'm the kind of person I feel compelled to finish the series. But right now, I'm very frustrated with that series. And there's also like 30 something of those. I lifted that up because I was going to glue it, and then I didn't. I better write down Hollywood Demons. You told me what you watched, and then I went on for like 15 minutes about some stuff you probably don't care about. Sorry. Hollywood Demons. Maybe if my pen. Oh, please don't be dead. Don't be dead. Oh, there we go. And there's a whole bunch of shows on Acorn. I never realized how many British kind of crime drama. Still watching Midsummer Murders a little bit at a time. I love each episode's over an hour long. So if you binge that, it's a lot. So there we got that. And oh, you know what I did binge? I rewatched Wednesday. I couldn't help myself. I know there's a new season coming eventually. Oh, and then I rewatched School Spirits. So apparently the last episode I watched, which I thought was the end of the season, wasn't, because there's 2 seasons and they have renewed it for a 3rd season. I didn't know that when I started. I thought it was over. So School Spirits is on Netflix, I believe. And what was I going to say about that? It was better than I remembered. And there's such a plot going on. Oh my gosh. I like the direction it's going. I do. I thought I was going to have a very typical resolved issues, poof, it's all over kind of thing, but they're doing some interesting things with it, and I rather like it. So if you like ghosty, haunty stuff, it is about high school though. So it does have that teenage angst kind of thing, but it's kind of an interesting direction that they're choosing to go in, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it in the 3rd season. Okay, so she needs words, and I have some words over here. This part I did not, woohoo, get out ahead of. Probably not Radiant Intimacy. And I've got a couple of pictures in here that don't go there. And I have my to-do list, which the only thing I didn't get done was make a link tree. Okay, we don't need a month. See, I did these out of, this is out of that. So isn't it fun and colorful? It's a little whale tail bunch. Look at it, it's cute. You saw I liked the 2nd season, and they went full cliffhanger with, and the 3rd season's coming out, I think, in March 2026, which colored me a little bit angry that I didn't realize that, because I would have just waited until the whole thing was done. The bitter and the sweet. Okay, that could be a thing. We could cut it apart and put it on. The Price is Right. I don't think that's good. Probably not a W. There's the scrap of paper. Let's put that in the scraps of paper. Taking Stock. A Thirst for the Authentic. Ooh, maybe that. 10 great things about. I don't want Jamaica. I just want 10 great things about. And then we can choose something. Did you like the 1st season? It's got all the teenage angsty stuff, but I did watch Wednesday, which has its own kind of. Ooh, or just a simple playful. Be playful. The letter A, forecast. I thought that might be fun for the start of a daily journal. New World Order. Ooh, maybe she's gonna. There's my mouse. Look, it's my mouse. My mouse with his house. A bit whiny. I will not disagree with you. And she does manage to go off on, ooh, or let's eat. Man, we got choices. We are spoiled for choice here. Where are you going? I've got another piece of trash. Get some trash going on. Oh, and eyeballs and lips. Queen of Tarts. Maybe not. Eyeballs and glasses. Ooh, this is for a different thing. And that's for a different thing. I don't remember what it was for, but I wanted it for something. Oh, for more eyeballs. If I wanted to make those collage eyeball things. Live Your Best Life. That's a little small for that set, but it is. Tune in. We've got numbers. I don't know that it becomes less whiny in the 2nd season, but at least it has some interesting stuff going on. Okay, on second thought, that's for ransom letters. Here we go. Movado. Why do I have that? Maybe I just wanted the letters. Relentless. Sublime. Don't let numbers define you. I don't think that applies to this. What would make you happy? Cheer Squad. I'm saving the Cheer Squad for something particularly, offbeat. Live your best life. That's also an option. Okay. I think we can stop there because we already got like 5 options. I watched, what did I watch? Oh, I was watching. So then the like second part of Daredevil, this show, I think it's on Disney. I'm going to put this in with scraps for I'll have to get the rest of those for more eyeballs because who doesn't need to make more eyeballs? Okay, so do we like, and we'll have to trim down some of this. I don't know. Now that I've seen we have better choices, I don't necessarily like the bitter and the sweet. I like Be Playful or Live Your Best Life. Probably not New or Thirst for the Authentic. Or we go with Funny Let's Eat. So what do you guys think? If you have opinions, let me know. And then we'll put down our mouse because I found our mouse to go with our cat. And I'm going to tear the bottom here and ink. I'm going to use orange ink. Whoa. Be Playful. It's nice. Okay. That's my favorite too, but I did not want to influence anybody else's thoughts on the matter. And you know what? I'm going to just say it here. I have not been very good about being live, but it's not because I haven't been very good. Hey, Amber. It's not because I've been flaky or I haven't been being, what's the word I want? I have a specific word that I want to use here. It's not because I don't want to be live or I'm like, screw it, I'm not going live or, anything. It's genuinely connectivity issues. Sometimes I get in here and our internet, we're up in the hills a little bit. And sometimes it has been, in particular, YouTube being a butt. But mostly it's just our connectivity. Sometimes I get on and I can't even set up an event. So I don't know if I need to go in like on a good day and put in the events ahead of time for like a week. Because I don't think it's the going live that's the problem. I think it's the setting up the event that's being a problem. Well, likes to views, that's a good sign. So you know what? I need to write that down. I'm going to add it to my to-do list. We'll make you item 0. Not that you're a 0. To watch Queen Bee's Legacy video. There we go. That way I don't forget that I'm doing it. Oh, and I guess it would help if I glued down. Ooh, and on the back of my to-do list, I'm going to use some glue stick. I'm trying to keep my glue stick away from the edge of the desk because it just rolls right off. It does. And how are you today, Miss Amber? I hope you're having a good start to your week. And I think I'm going to put it like right there. I think that's where I'm at with that. And then we'll go over here where our cat is, which I did not ink. I may go in with the Q-tip later because I got some new ink colors. And I was so bummed because I didn't buy any applicators. I need to just, I think, grab some makeup pads. You know, those like I put on foundation wedges. There's one other color and I don't know what I did with it. It's the other brown color. So Hickory Smoke, Black Soot, and Ground Espresso. They are not a brand name as near as I can tell. I don't need it. My only thing is it's recessed. And you guys know I just pick up the ink pad and I go. Um, so I think I can use Q-tips and makeup sponges in the meantime, but they're quite juicy. So, but I was a little bummed when I realized they were recessed. I prefer that they're like the orange one. Where did I put the orange one? Like this. So, but there's one more color. I think it's vintage photos. So I got black soot, hickory smoke, and ground espresso. All of them for I think it was $13. Okay, had a short work day, had to go in and do a test things on the computer. So I only got off at 6. Only bad thing is I have to work. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Glad you're not offended by it. So we're just going to put the little mouse with his house right here under the cat. Because at the end of the book, the cat did not get the mouse, just so you know. In case you were stressed about it, the mouse is just fine. In fact, he's a little hero mouse. He saved the day, and his brothers and his sisters and I think at least one of his parents, if not both. So he did not wind up alone. But I am going to go on, and hopefully I won't get, it won't get pulled. I'm going to go on and read that. I think it's called I Am the Biggest Thing in the Ocean. I just fell in love with that story. So I'm going to put it right down here. Oh, I know what I can put on this side. But yeah, I think I might take a Q-tip and just, because I don't like paying money for the daubers. I know that's stupid, but I don't feel like they last that long, and they leave little crunchies everywhere. You know, as you rub them, they like dribble bits. In the desert thing because they were drying out. But I'm gonna try it first with some Q-tips and some of those little makeups and see how it goes. So there we go. So you flip the cat back. Extra room for journaling. Secret notes. Another picture. I could have put them. Oh, I could have put the mouse there. Oh well. But you know what I can put here? Today. And I have to write carefully. This paper's still wet. I am thankful for. And then I can list my 3 things. Haha. Lipton green tea, citrus, and Lipton peach. Those are your top favorites? Isn't he cute? And he saved the day. They had big pictures of him, but they were all on the back of the most colorful pages, which we've established I went a little whale tail crazy on. Because they were oranges and yellows and blues and, well, one side, some of them were, and look, I did have the unicorn paper. Those are the unicorn paper scraps. Look at that. Won't that make a fabulous? Check that out. It's a whale tail tab. So I did some out of that. I did some out of envelopes, the security envelopes that were the IT dyed a couple, like a handful, I think like 5. And then I opened them up and I punched. I punched and I punched and I punched. Green tea doesn't like you. The only green tea that I found I liked is that peppermint one that I had in Vegas, which I wasn't able to bring with me, but I'll get some. Not till I get to my permanent location, though. I don't want to acquire too much stuff while I'm here because this is not where I'm staying. This is a temporary location. But yeah, I could put my little to-do list over here, right? Oh, that's fun. Let's do that. I'll write in my to-do list here, and then we'll cross off the things again, and that will feel very satisfying. To do 1. Well, watch legacy YouTube video. And then 1. I still need to make my link tree. They were tea bags. So it was like a green tea and peppermint blend. It was good hot or cold. And it was okay if you didn't put sweetener in it. I liked it with a little tiny bit of honey. Oh, those are the ones in the bottles. Cool. I brew my own. Today I just had you can see the tea bag. It had milk, so now it looks weird. It's just like it's an English tea. And it's like not a cheap tea and not an expensive tea. It's like a middle of the road tea, but it's really nice. I have coffee sometimes. There are all kinds of coffees here. So I did that. I know it's silly, but if I don't write it down, even doing my daily Instagram post, like I haven't done it in 3 days because I didn't add it to my list. You love Yorkshire tea? I don't think I've had that. I may have to try it at some point, Carla. Finish. Oh, that should be okay. Okay. It feels good to cross off stuff again today. Wash laundry. Now I have my I did it list or my I did it book, you get it off Amazon. That's where I get my peppermint tea. It's actually not available, and my double spice chai, my Stash brand double spice chai. Because they don't sell it in the stores. They used to, both of them, but they don't anymore. And the only place I ever find it is on Amazon. And the price isn't bad. I just don't want to accumulate a bunch of stuff while I'm not in my, that's more stuff I have to move or mail or whatever. Lipton Diet Tea at the store. It's green tea, pineapple, mango. Oh, that actually sounds good. I love pineapple and mango. I'll bet that one's good. So I washed my laundry today, and now the whole world knows that. Seven. And there we go. So I even have room to write in a few more things. Maybe just for the sake of being able to cross stuff off because it's fun. Eat dinner. And 9, go to sleep. Can't cross those off yet, but the problem I have with the stuff in the bottles is that, well, if it's not diet, a lot of sugar in them. So I can't do that. I find sugar disagreeable, unfortunately. So I've kind of cut way back on sugary snacks. I'm the sweetener for my tea, which I really do enjoy, is it's a non-sugar sugar. It's not stevia, but I can't think of what it is. And the bag is downstairs. It's like a powder. You know, have diet. I didn't look. I just grabbed. You didn't realize it was diet, but you liked it, yeah. I just so yeah, but it's a natural sweetener. Actually, tastier than I thought it would be. Yes, monk fruit. That's it. That's what it is. It's monk fruit. Thank you. Oh, we have to do inside the cat, right? I almost forgot about it. I forgot we cut that off the page. Now what I do with that orange? We're doing orange everything today. Orange and this purpley color. That's what I put in my tea and my coffee. I've given up sugar for that. And you know what? I don't really, taste-wise, it's fine. I'm not going to say it's the same as sugar, but it's sweet because I like my tea a little bit sweet. I'm not going to lie. If I'm drinking black tea, I want it to be a little sweet. So there's that. The other side says your mother, question mark. That there's a joke in there, I'm sure. I was on my pirate game today, and when people get bitchy in the pirate game, this one guy that I'm in alliance with always makes jokes, and sometimes they're questionable. He did one today that I really enjoyed, and it wasn't. Yes, honey, definitely honey and tea, but I don't really like honey and coffee. That's not a to me. That's not a thing. It could taste fine. Yeah, that's what I put in my hot tea too, if I can. They have raw honey here, and I like it, but it's a little gritty, and sometimes I don't like that in my tea. Depends on the day, but there's the monk fruit, which works just fine. Oops. We're gonna and I've declawed this cat of two claws. I'm sorry, kitty. I'm not trying to abuse you because you're awesome. So there we go. And I will be sure to ink both sides. So we did our like I said, I've just been playing around, and tonight's video has made me realize that I need to have this portion, at least the put in the date and all of this information, which I can read and talk about, have already the prompt and the affirmation ready, and then do the fun part of the. Not that journaling's not fun, because I do enjoy it. Brown sugar, yes, I have used brown sugar, and I've used raw sugar, but I'm trying to kind of get away from. Because when I put sugar in my coffee, I noticed, I realized I use a lot. You love both. What about the third page? So this will be for me journaling about the concept of wabi-sabi, particularly as it applies to art and of flawed beauty is what. So I have a little bit more I want to journal, and then I have another thing I want to journal about, and then I'll do my gratefuls. I do those at the end of the day, or the beginning of the next day, even sometimes, because sometimes you like to think about, what you're grateful for in a day. I can write one down today. Today I'm grateful for 2 cups of tea. I had 2 wonderful. See? Wonderful cups of tea. Still wet. 2, what else? Oh, that's what I didn't finish the thought about, thank you. The thought about, the Daredevil, like the next, after they had the first run, and I think it's 3 or whatever seasons. And then there's a continuation of it that's current now. The one of the, I'm not sure. I think we're between 3 and 6 episodes in. In there is the kid that played on Wednesday, the kid that played the potential love interest for a lot of that worked at the coffee shop. He's in there. And he played a great, I don't want to rain it. He was good at his job in that show. So I'm always excited when I recognize somebody, because normally I'm looking at things and I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, but they're good at their jobs, So that's going to be it for today. I'll do the rest of this off camera, because you don't need to watch me ink a cat. I'm not even sure why you watched me glue some of the stuff down, but I will do at least 2 more grateful. Sometimes if I have the room, I do up to 5, but that's on it. And sometimes I have to work really hard for that. Some days you sit down and you have a bunch, and some days you sit down and you're like, I got nothing. I'm also grateful for clean laundry, because I got my laundry done today. Oh, the shirt is it's fall colors. It's like almost watercolors blending together. I won't say it's tie-dye because it's not, but it's fall colors, semi-blended. It's like the unicorn paper, but not as crunchy. Thank you. It because it got a little chilly here today. It was what did we decide it was? High of 63, low of 42, and it's been raining like the 4 days previous. Not yesterday. It didn't really rain yesterday, but it stayed damp, and it's still damp today. So when it rains here, and it's cooler, it feels cooler than it is, just because it is, because it's damp. The cold seems colder to me. I don't know if everybody else works that way, but if it's cold and damp, I don't like it. Because I'm a big baby and I have to get used to living someplace that isn't the desert. I did sign up for this. I wanted 4 seasons and I'm getting them. Yay. But that's going to be the end of our life. You guys have hung out with me for an hour and a half, and I sure do appreciate it. And I have enjoyed this time with you guys. It's been gross and rainy here all week. It's supposed to rain here for the rest of the week. Well, hopefully you'll get through it. When it's rainy and warm, I just go out and splash in the puddles, and that makes it okay. Unless it's like a tornado or, I might get hit by lightning. And today's affirmation, in case you guys weren't in here for it, it's I am confident, capable, and strong. And I know all of you are. And I hope to see you again. I should be live tomorrow. I think if I can manage it, I'll schedule the events for this week's lives tonight and tomorrow morning while nobody's here. Bye, QB's Legacy. It was great hanging out with you. And I will be over to watch your video in just a little while after a trip to the little girl's room. But I hope you guys have a lovely end of the day and evening kind of thing. I hope you have a great Tuesday tomorrow. Maybe have some tacos while you're at it. It is Cinco de Mayo. No, that was today, right? Cinco de Mayo. But tomorrow is Tuesday. It's a good day to have tacos, guys. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. You are amazing, fun, knowledgeable, wise people, and I am glad to have you in my life and in my lives. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I sure do wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Try to get a little crafting in this week. Sometimes it can make all the difference. Bright blessings and hugs and kisses, and I will see you all next time. Bye. That is the end. Let's push the button. Bye, Carla. Bye, Amber. Bye, QB's Legacy. And anybody who might be lurking, we love you too.